Hi Internet Land, it's Makambe, and today we're going to talk about self-care. So the theme is, don't let your self-care become your self-harm. Let's get started. Okay, so I decided to make this video because this is my first day off since like 1492. Like, a bitch is tired. Like, I'm just like, it's been go, 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 and it's been endless, which is like awesome. But like, now that there's a day that I get to pause, I really get to take care of myself. So I've been thinking a lot about self-care, what that looks like, and like actually what self-harm could look like in this context and how closely they feel linked. So instead of just having this conversation in my own head, I decided to make a video and then we could all have the conversation. So hi, thanks for watching. Okay, cool. Here's my thing. Like, don't let your self-care become your self-harm. So first of all, so that we're all on the same page, what is self-care? Okay, I describe self-care as anything that nourishes your body, mind, and soul. And I know that that's nebulous as fuck, but I think it has to be, because what that looks like day to day is going to be different. What that looks like project to project, what that looks like early in the morning versus late at night is going to be different. So for me, I'm an actor, and so theater is cuckoo bananas, because like we'll rehearse 6 days a week, and then a lot of times on your day off you're still getting ready for the next day that you're back. But like, my point is, like, my self-care routine and need that I might have if I am rehearsing a farce is gonna be different than if I'm working on a show that, for example, is about sexual assault. Do you feel me? So it has to be nebulous to give us room to be able to shift according to what we've got going on and what we really need. So what nourishes my soul today might not nourish my soul tomorrow, and like, it's so important to peep that and to be in tune with what we need. I feel like it's so easy to have this idea of a self-care routine and to lock it into one thing. So for example, a huge thing that people talk about in terms of self-care is like exercise, and like, yay for exercise. Like, I think it's great. So let's say that in my self-care routine, I always make sure that before I get up and go to rehearsal or whatever, I go to the gym. Because after I go to the gym, I feel strong, I feel like a bad bitch, no muzzle, I have a lot of energy, I feel like my head is cleared, whatever it is, the reason that you're doing for what you're doing, like Gucci, live your best life, right? So the thing is, like, that's good and great, but what I'm trying to advocate for is, like, if you wake up one morning and your body doesn't want to go to the gym, that has to be equally as okay as going to the gym. Like, we have this idea of self-care as like doing something all the time, but like, sometimes our bodies and our spirits and our hearts just get tired, and really it is better for us to just stay in bed. And it doesn't feel like we're being productive, and it doesn't feel like we're doing the healthiest thing, because you can sit there and be like, oh, I'm going to the gym, like, it has all these benefits, and I'm gonna stay in bed. But what I'm saying is that, like, it's okay if you wake up one day and you don't want to do that thing that you have set out to help take care of you. And that could look different for every person. Like, for some people it's working out. For some people, for myself, like a practice that's really sacred to me is like to wake up in the morning and write in my journal and to meditate, or it's to self-prep food, or like whatever it is. Like, I do try to do it as much as I can, but it has to be okay when I can't. When that idea of self-care can become self-harm is when, like, say I want to wake up and go to the gym, but like, I'm just so tired and I sleep through my alarm and I don't want to get up, whatever, I'm tired. Like, if I go through the rest of the day beating myself up about the fact that I didn't go to the gym, that is now becoming self-harm. So then that is me using the thing that I introduced into my life practice to make me feel good, now using the fact that I didn't do that to make me feel bad, and that is so fucking counterintuitive, counterproductive. So like, let's just like do away with that. I think that in this culture, we do not value rest, and we have a lot of really shitty language around not doing something that is somehow going to equal money. Like, really, really, we have to be careful about it, because so many of us grew up in this very capitalist society. So even if you've done, like, for example, say you've done like a whole lot of work. Like I always feel this like right after I've done a show, like after I've closed like a show, and like my brain is still like super energetic and jazzed about all this work that I've done, and it makes me excited to go and do the next thing. But sometimes I don't always take care of myself in terms of resting. So I'll go and like I'll close the show on Saturday, for example. Then on Sunday, I'm already planning things that I need to be doing. So it's like I close the show on Saturday, I'm going to be working on Sunday, and I don't give myself in my scheduling, like in the way that I feel that I should be setting out my time in advance, I'm not giving myself those actual breaks that I need, right? So here's what happens. The show happens, it's done. The next morning I wake up and I feel like I can't get out of bed and I need to rest. And so I'll try to get out of bed. I'll beat myself up about like, man, like I should go to the gym. Man, I should do yoga. Man, I should wake up and meditate. Man, I should whatever I think I should be doing. And I'll use language like, fuck, like, yeah, I didn't do anything today. Like I was a piece of shit all day. I was just garbage today. Like I just like sat on the couch and watched Netflix and sat in my pajamas. And what I'm realizing is that like those times are equally as valid. We can't run on 100% all the time. To be a millennial for 10 seconds and use a cell phone analogy, it's just like, it's like we all have a battery, right? Like if your cell phone is dead, like dead, Fred, like, and you plug it in right away, like it's not even gonna turn on right away, even if it's plugged into the outlet. So it does take time to recharge. So when we think about our self-care, we need to think about giving ourselves space to do whatever it is that we need. I think that our bodies are super fucking smart. Like your body, if your body tells you to stay in your bed, like sometimes you just have to listen to that and stay in your bed. I'm not saying that like I'm not advocating that like you should just like live your whole life in a bed. Like that's not what would work for me, but I mean, I guess if it works for you, like do whatever you want. But what I'm saying is like when our body and our spirits gives us these signals that it's time to turn in, it's time to rest, and it's time to not be so productive, I think it's important to listen. And so we end up in these spaces, and especially as creatives, especially as freelancers, especially as people who are doing, you know, one job and a side hustle, where we're so used to doing a lot that when we're not producing the same type of output according to like a really impossible standard, we become really hard on ourselves. So let's imagine a world where we have an abundance of brain space and body space to rest and to not be judgmental, and to understand that those times of rest are equally as important as the times that we're sitting and like actually working. There's this idea in this culture, in this Western capitalist culture, that like you have to muscle through everything, like hard work, and you have to like muscle through your job every day. And sometimes like yes, like I think that there is hard work at all jobs, and I embrace that in my field and my career. Like that's why I got in the game, and that's fine. But it's like we don't need to muscle through our self-care. And as we further discover who we are according to whatever it is that we're taking on or inviting into our lives at that point. So I'll use the example again, depending on like what show I'm doing, right? Like the farce versus like the drama about sexual assault. Like whatever it is that we like need in those times is gonna shift. And I think we have to give ourselves space to feel that. Like we don't need to force ourselves to work out or force ourselves to do anything or force ourselves to meditate. Like I've tried to do that. It's so fucking silly. Like don't waste your time. Like like if you don't find a sense of like ease and release somewhere in that practice, like then maybe it's not for you. I understand that self-care sometimes is not fun. Sometimes it doesn't feel great. Sometimes it's cutting people off. Sometimes it is getting up and going to the gym when you don't feel like it. Like that's valid, and I hope that's not confusing. But what I'm saying is it's equally as valid to release and not to place judgments on when we kind of don't want to do anything. I feel like our bodies are super fucking intelligent and they have a lot to tell us if we could be in tune. It's hard to be in tune with your body when we live in this society where it's like everything is so structured, right? Like, so if my body doesn't feel like going to rehearsal on Tuesday, February 9th, like tough shit, I still have to go, right? So like there's still ways of like accommodating and sort of aligning with like the schedules and like the world that we live in. Like that's a thing that we're all like battling and balancing. But what I'm trying to make clear is that like I think that if we can listen to our bodies and listen to the times that our bodies want rest and trust that the body is doing what is best for me. So if it wants me to literally stay in bed for a couple of days or really be low key for a couple of days, to like really trust that because it's recharging and doing what it needs to do. And then the next impulse that I'm gonna get is gonna be to wake up early, is gonna be to go and work out, is gonna be to, you know what I mean, sit there and create and just like let it flow. I think that we underestimate that a lot. Literally, my body knows what my mother's body went through, what my grandmother's body went through. Like, this is how things pass down through generations. So when I tell you that like your body is intelligent, it's gonna tell you. Like, if you just tune in, I feel like I've had the experience where it's like my body tells me what I need to eat, when I need to eat, when I need to rest, when I need to take certain things on and not. And it's like an interesting type of awareness that I'm still sort of figuring out, so I'm not the expert, but I've really been thinking about that a lot today and just like, what does self-care look like and how easy it is to beat ourselves up when we feel like we're not doing it right, which totally defeats the purpose. Yeah. I think that's all I wanted to say today. I wanted to make this video because this is a really busy time in my life. Like I just have like a lot of things like one after the other and it's awesome, but it's even more important therefore just to be conscious about how I'm taking care. And also I'm just like seeing so many amazing people around me right now, just like fucking killing it in the game, just like hustling, just like innovating, creating new ideas, like especially in the art sector. I think it's such an exciting time and I see so many like friends and pals just like doing so well right now and just like really putting themselves out there and being independent, and it's really exciting to me. So as we all hustle, like this is a huge time, I think, of learning. It's a huge time of learning about ourselves, and I'm excited about the way my generation is continuing to like speak about these things and like find ways and instances of how to like encourage that in our own lives and practices. So I just wanted to shout out to everybody who's just like doing something, making something right now, keeping going, whether or not that thing is like an outward product that we're seeing or whether that's just like internal work. Like if you're watching this, I love you and you're doing fucking great, and like have a fantastic spring, and whatever it means to you, take good care. And whatever that looks like for you, like remember that it can shift as you will, and that you are always on the right path and you've got this in the bag. And yeah, let's do this. Okay, bye.